we're back tonight with more local news. Secretary for Security Lai Tong-kwok has ruled out changes to the one-way permit scheme that allows mainlanders to settle in Hong Kong. Evelyn Leung has the story.
Tensions between Hong Kong residents and mainlanders have been increasing in recent months over issues such as kindergarten places and parallel goods trading. Some have called on the government to review the one-way permit scheme that allows mainlanders to settle in Hong Kong. Secretary for Security Lai Tong-kwok explained today that's not possible. He said under the Basic Law, mainland authorities, not Hong Kong officials, decide who is entitled to a one-way permit. He pointed out that currently, mainlanders have to wait about 4 years before they could join their families here in the SAR. If the daily quota of 150 is lifted, that could lead to an influx of mainlanders over a short period of time. Lai's comments came amid calls for the Hong Kong government to have a greater say in the one-way permit scheme. Lawmaker Gary Pham was among those who published the petition in newspapers last month, attributing the city's housing problem to the influx of mainlanders. Today, Pham again denied his views discriminate against those from across the border. Hong Kong has to develop at a pace that is feasible, so problems such as a shortage of resources won't happen, he said. Pham pointed out if the policy to allow 150 mainlanders to settle in Hong Kong each day continues, new towns that are developed by the government will be occupied completely by new migrants within 10 years. And while his earlier comments have been criticized by fellow Pan-Democrats, Pham did say today he would be more careful with his remarks in future. Evelyn Leung, TVB News.
Police are investigating a murder case in Tseung Kwan O yesterday. An elderly man was killed after he got into an argument with another man. Police have arrested a suspect. Rachel Leung reports.
Police today returned to the crime scene in Tseung Kwan O to conduct their investigation. Officers say the case happened at around 5 yesterday afternoon. An argument broke out between two people who lived in the neighborhood. A 73-year-old man was attacked and suffered head injuries. He was rushed to the hospital where he died this morning. Police arrested a 63-year-old man in connection with the case. Officers said today the two men got into an argument. Police don't believe the case had to do with money. It appeared to be a verbal dispute that got out of hand. The police are still investigating if the two men actually knew each other. They appealed to nearby residents to provide information about the case. Rachel Leung, TVB News.
Turning overseas again, U.S. President Barack Obama has nominated the Pentagon's former top lawyer to head the Homeland Security Department. If confirmed, Jay Johnson would replace Janet Napolitano, who quit last month. Analysts say Johnson's selection suggests a policy shift from an emphasis on immigration to the fight against terrorism.
I love this country. I care about the safety of our people. I believe in public service, and I remain loyal to you, Mr. President. If confirmed by the Senate, I promise all of my energy, focus, and ability toward the task of safeguarding our nation's national and homeland security.
Jay has a deep understanding of the threats and challenges facing the United States. As the Pentagon's top lawyer, he helped design and implement many of the policies that have kept our country safe. He's been there in the Situation Room, at the table, in moments of decision, working with leaders from a host of agencies to make sure everyone is rowing in the same direction. And he's respected across our government as a team player.
Staying in the United States, and prosecutors in California say the firefighter who ran over and killed a Chinese survivor of the Asiana Airlines disaster in San Francisco in July will not be charged. Prosecutors say Elise Duckett was responding to the emergency when the truck she was driving rolled over 16-year-old Ye Mengyuan. Investigators believe the Chinese teenager was lying prone on the tarmac, covered in foam, which made her difficult to see in a chaotic situation. Prosecutors say they reached the decision after reviewing police, fire and other first responder reports, as well as the coroner's investigation and numerous videos of the disaster.
In Australia, wildfires continue to rage out of control in New South Wales, where 83 fires are now burning across the state. In the worst-hit region of the Blue Mountains, 193 homes have been destroyed and 100 more were damaged by fires earlier this week. As December marks the summer season in Australia, this year's dry winter and hotter than average spring have led to perfect fire conditions. The fires are so intense, a total of 1,500 firefighters are trying to contain the blazes. Police are investigating allegations the fire was started by two young girls trying to light a fire in a woodland. According to a new survey, about 30 million people live in slavery across the globe. They include men, women, and children who are being trafficked for sex and unskilled labor.
The survey was conducted by the Walk Free Foundation, an Australian-based rights group. It says 30 million people live in slavery and 10 countries account for more than 3/4 of that amount. They are India, China, Pakistan, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Russia, and Thailand, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. Modern-day slavery is defined as human trafficking, forced labor, debt bondage, forced marriage, and the sale or exploitation of children. Australian mining magnate and philanthropist Andrew Forrest helped to fund the survey because understanding how many people are enslaved is key.
The idea of the slavery index is to now properly measure it, top-down, academically, government by government around the world. It's long overdue. We have to do it so we can fight it. If you can measure it, you can form a strategy to defeat it.
But by far, the highest statistics of those enslaved were found in India and China. 14 million in India and 3 million in China. The statistics had activists in India voicing strong concern over their country's need for a human rights policy.
Our country at this moment does not have a human rights policy. I think it would help us if we did.
We should question to ourselves that do we need any international report to, judge and assess the Indian situation. Rather, we should have our own mechanism in which, people are more aware of the facts.
More than 4,000 people are also enslaved in Britain, where victims hail from Africa, Asia, and Eastern Europe. By far, the most shocking revelation is that slavery is at its worst in world history.
There's never been the number of slaves, probably even collectively, as there are in the world today.
All right, Tony, you have some World Series action for us tonight.
That's right. It's all gearing up to the finale of the season, which is indeed the World Series. The St. Louis Cardinals are going back to the World Series for the second time in 3 years. The Cards finished off the Los Angeles Dodgers in 6 games. Jameson Wong reports.
The Cardinals got to Dodgers starter Clayton Kershaw early and often. St. Louis scored 4 runs off the LA ace in the 3rd inning. Carlos Beltran drove in the game's first run. He went 3 for 4 with 2 RBI on the night. The postseason hero also helped out in the field with a spectacular grab in the 5th. Rookie pitcher Michael Wacha was again in control and dominant. He went 7 innings, gave up just 2 hits and struck out 5. The Cards in a rout 9-0. Wacha, the Game 1 winner, didn't allow a run in 13 2/3 innings in this series. He was chosen MVP.
Our guys just battled up there today. It was so much fun to watch in the dugout there, and whenever they put up those 9 runs, that just makes my job so much easier. I was able to just go out there and just try and fill up the zone and, try not to walk anybody or, just not really play around with them.
St. Louis will play either the Boston Red Sox or the Detroit Tigers in the World Series. The Red Sox can book their ticket to the Fall Classic with a win tonight at Fenway Park. Jameson Wong, TVB News.
Football, and a controversial goal was awarded in the Bundesliga game between Bayer Leverkusen and Hoffenheim. In the second half, Leverkusen's Stefan Kiesling headed the ball through a hole in the side netting. Referee Felix Birch missed it, and no player on the Hoffenheim team contested the decision. The mistake was the difference in Hoffenheim's 2-1 loss. After the game, team officials called the whole thing a scandal and planned to protest the result. Germany's Football Association could also order a replay. Hoops now, and the Golden State Warriors routed the LA Lakers in a preseason game played in Shanghai last night. Andre Iguodala brought the fans to their feet with a slam dunk. The Warriors' Klay Thompson scored a game high of 25 points. Pau Gasol led LA with 16. The final score was 115-89. Kobe Bryant and former Rocket star Yao Ming were both at the game.
And finally, while some restaurants try hard not to let business go down the toilet, there is one in California that's proud to do just that. This is the Magic Restroom Cafe, a Taiwanese restaurant located just outside of Los Angeles. It's brought the toilet into the dining room with its bathroom decor, dishes, and food. This toilet-themed restaurant has just one goal: to flush out good food. And from the looks of those waiting in line to sit on one of their toilet seats, they're doing great. Diners can feast on specialty foods like pork over rice and spicy shredded chicken. And the toilet teasing doesn't stop with just the seating. The food is served in miniature ceramic toilet bowls and urinals, giving a whole new meaning to crappy food. Sorry, Tony, I just had to go there.
So what are their toilets, their actual toilets like? Are they like, is it reversed? Where they look like proper seats instead of toilet seats?
They look like proper seats,
and the toilet seat on the outside?
Not quite appetizing.
Yeah, right.
We had to end that way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, though.
Good night.
Hello everyone, it was mainly fine and dry today. At 5 p.m., the dry northeast monsoon continued to bring mainly fine weather to southern China. Today's temperatures range from 23 to 28 degrees, and the current temperature is 26.1 degrees Celsius. The fire danger warning is yellow and the fire risk is high. So Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? It will be dry, cloudy periods overnight. Temperatures will range from 23 to 28 degrees. Tomorrow's API is forecast at 50 to 120, and the pollution level will range from medium to very high. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 8. Now, here's the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai and Xiamen. Sunny in Guangzhou, cloudy in Chengdu. Cloudy in Seoul, rain in Tokyo. Showers in Ho Chi Minh City and Manila. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. Sunny in New Delhi and Karachi. Sunny in Cairo, sunny intervals in Nairobi. Showers in Brisbane, sunny in Sydney and Auckland. Cloudy in Toronto, sunny in New York. Sunny in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Showers in London, Frankfurt and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a great evening.